Hello.
Good evening, Bala.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Bala.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, Kala ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Bala.
Good evening, Mr. Venkat. Good evening, everyone. We'll start the class. So last class we started with the cost management topic. So total, how many processes we have to support the cost management?
4 process.
Yeah, we have 4 processes, right? We have 4 processes. So the first one, as usual, we need to take the cost management plan. So where we need to define the proper guidance for the subsequent process. So how are you going to do the estimate cost process? How are you going to perform the determine budget process? And how are you going to control your cost, right? So the 3 processes will be getting the guideline from the cost management plan, and the cost management plan will be one of the sub component or a sub plan in the entire project management plan, right? So what you are able to define in the cost management plan, you are able to define the unit of measures. You're able to define the unit of measures. So what are you going to do? Unit of measures. So how are you going to measure what unit will be used for you to measure the cost, right? The unit of measures. Then you're going to define the currency. So what currency will be used for you to do the estimations? Then unit of accuracy, the range of values which you're going to bring through your estimation methods. So that will be deciding how much percentage of contingency you need to bring into the cost baseline. So you're going to mention the unit of the unit of accuracy. Then you'll be mentioning something called unit of precisions. So what do you mean by unit of precisions? So unit of precise, the way you're going to round up your cost, whether you're going to round down or round up. Round up is something if the particular work is requiring you to spend 99.75 paise, you'll be making that one as 100 rupees. If something is coming like 101.25, you're rounding down that one as 101 or 100, right? So it's very easy for you to do the calculations. So it's very easy for you to do the calculation. So unit of precision will be there in the cost management plan. And apart from this, the cost management plan will be defining how to track the cost performance and what will be the reports you need to produce and how you're going to report that and what will be the equation you're going to use for you to track the performance of the cost, right? And in additional to this information, you will be keeping the defining what happened if the market is having a lot of inflations. What happened? The market is having a lot of cost escalations. What happened? The market is not stable with the commodity price. What happened if you're starving for funds? Where you need to get your finance? So all this information is clearly defined in the cost management plan. So once you've taken the cost management plan, you will move to the next process. You will do the estimation cost process. So depending upon the organization where you work, you will be selecting your estimation methods. So if your organization need an urgent estimation, what estimation technique you'll use? They need an estimation within 4 hours. So what estimation methods you use?
Analogous.
Analogous. What is the other name given for analogous? What is the other name given for analogous? The other name given for analogous is a top-down estimation. Or we can call this one as a rough order magnitude. So since it's only the estimation, or not a single number estimate, estimation should brought in the form of range, plus or minus. So if you're going to use the analogous, so what do you mean by analogous? You will collect the historical information of the previous project which you've done, and you're going to make the current project as analogy. It was it took like 1 year for you to complete a project, and the same project you're going to repeat. So you'll be using the same data. So you're going to give the answer to the management using the historical records. It will take 1 year for us to complete the current project. It took 1 million for us to complete the previous project. So same 1 million is 1 million will be the cost for us for the current project. So if you want to use, if you are using the rough order magnitude, make sure that the rough order magnitude, the range of values should be minus 25% plus 75%. So if you're going to bring a true value as 100,000, if you're going to use a rough order magnitude, this minus 25 plus 75. So try to present not a single number. If you're going to give the single number, then you held the responsibility. The management will blame on you. So always you need to come in the form of a range. Like you need to say that my project will not complete less than $75,000 or it will not exceed more than $175,000. Since you're going to use a rough order magnitude or a top-down estimation. That's the reason it will not give you the accurate figure. It will be giving you only the ballpark figures. And that's the reason the other name given for the analogous is called as a gross value estimation. Gross value. So analogous is having a different name. It can be called as a gross value. It can be called as a ballpark estimation. It can be called as a rough order magnitude. It can be called as a top-down estimation, or it can be called as a analogous estimations. You are making the current project and using the current projects and making the current project as the analogy of the previous project you've done, right? If you're going to continue the same project. So one of the examination question is repeated in the examination. The management is asking you to come with an estimation within 4 hours. So what estimation method is preferable?
Analogous.
Analogous.
For 4 hours, historical records will help you to come. Still, if you want to improve your estimation part during the cost estimation, you can move for parametric. So parametric will be using what? It will be using the historical records. On what basis you will be using the historical records? The historical record should be an underpin data. It should have a concrete information. It should be so solid. It should be so concise. It should be more precise. And it should be what? It should have a timeliness. It should have the relevancy. So that historical records will be taken into account. Plus, you're going to combine this one with the mathematical model. And mathematical algorithm is combined with the historical records or data, and you get something called parametric. A portion of the project can be used this parametric, or you can just many organizations will use the parametric for the entire project, right? So now what you're going to do? It took like 1 hour for you to lay a road. It took like 5 hours for you to lay a road, and you're going to get a order from the same client. And now the project is you need to lay 500 kilometers road. So taking the consideration, it took 5 hours for you to lay 1 kilometer road in the previous project, taking all the factors in consideration. So how many hours it will take for you to complete the current project? If it's going to be 500 kilometers, it took 5 hours for you to lay 1 kilometer road, taking all the risk factors, environmental factors, compliance factors, other factors into consideration. 5 hours was the time actually took for you to lay 1 kilometer road. So how long it will take for you to complete the 500 kilometer project? How many man hours is needed? Hello?
2500.
It took 5 hours.
2,500.
5 into 500 is what? 2,500 man hours.
2500 hours.
So 500 man hours is needed for you to complete this project, right? So parametric is done. And if you want to still increase your estimation part, you go with something called 3-point. So 3-point, where are you going to take the data? What is the other name given for the 3-point estimation? You don't rely on a single point estimation. You're asking your estimation engineers to relay 2 more estimation points. So for you to understand this, if you're going to ask your team, like how long it will take for you to complete the entire distance, so we can go for the construction phase or building phase. So they're saying that, okay, sir, it will need, we need 70 days. So you're not relaying this single data. So what you're asking you to do, so I can take this one as a most realistic. So I want you to come with a pessimistic approach. So they say that it will take 120 days for you to complete. That will be what? Worst case scenario. Worst case. Okay, I want you to come with the optimistic. So that will be a best case scenario. So they are giving you the information 50 days. So what you have to do, you need to have a formula. So 3-point estimation, we are using you are taking the data from 2 distributions. So the distribution is called as a probability distribution. It's not going to be a deterministic distribution. Deterministic approach and probabilistic approach is having a lot of difference. Deterministic approach, what is the input you're going to feed, and you are going to get the output. You are able to predict your output. The same output you will be getting. 1 + 1, it will be 2. So you are able to get 2 as an output. But the probabilistic approach is that you are running a business, like after first quarter, after all the expenses, you need to make 100,000 as your profit. So you need to get the revenue 100,000 after all the expenses, the money which you're going to pay for your salary, wages, janitorial services, all the money you're going to spend, and you need to get 100,000 as your profit. So what is the probability for you to get the 100,000? You're able to know about that you get 100,000. You will get 100,000 or you may not get 100,000, right? That is a probabilistic approach, 50-50%. So we need to play a game. So I have two cards with me. I'm going to hide that card and you need to close your eyes and you need to touch that card. So once you're going to draw a card from me, if you're going to draw a red color card, you will get $100 from me. And if you're going to take draw a black color card, I will not give nothing and you need to pay $100. What is the chance for you to get that $100? And what is the chance I will be getting that $100 from you? Can I put this one as a deterministic? Hello? Can I be more deterministic?
No.
No, right? It's a probabilistic. So you have a 50-50 probability. So once we are playing a game, we know very well who has to bat first and who has to field first. You need to decide by tossing a coin. So you're able to flip a coin, and once the coin is going to come down, and what is the chance for you to get hit, and what is the chance for you to get the tails? It's a 50-50, right? So probabilistic analysis, you're not able to predict, you will be having chance or you will not get a chance. So you're not able to predict your outcomes. It's not going to be a deterministic approach. So the probability distribution will be having its own shape, depending upon the data you're going to bring. So the statisticians, they brought this as shapes, and they're going to call this one as a probability distributions. We have many distributions available. Most probably in project management, we'll go with the triangular. So what is the formula used for triangular distributions?
P plus O plus.
Okay,
P plus
so
M plus O by 3.
P plus most likely plus
M plus
the
so optimistic by 3.
divided by 3. Why we need to divide by 3? The denominator should be 3. Why? Because you are cutting the pie chart into 3 equal portions and you're going to give one value, one for pessimistic, most likely, and optimistic. So the denominator should be 3. Most of the oil and gas industries will use the triangular distribution. The geotechnicians or any person is working as a geologist. So they're going to be a subject matter expert. They will be asking the person to make a drill here. You will get this much barrel of oil. So that can be a pessimistic approach. And most realistic approach will be showing other area. Drill here, you'll be getting this much of gallons of oil, and you'll be showing the third area. So drill the oil, you'll be getting the oil here. So that will be optimistic approach. So you'll be giving you 3 jackpot areas for you to make a drill there, right? So they're going to use the 3-point estimations. So 3-point estimation, we'll be having a formula, this formula. So what is the average you're going to get from 3-point estimation? A simple average or weighted average?
Simple average.
You will be getting a simple average, right? If the examination point of view, they're going to say that you need to, they will not say it's whether it's going to be a 3-point, whether it's going to be a triangular distribution or whether it's going to be a beta distribution. So they're giving you a simple and weighted average. Simple average, you need to use the triangle distribution formula. So you need to assign value 1 for all your numerator numbers, and you need to divide by 3. So once it is going to be the beta distribution, the beta distribution will be a weighted average. So weighted average will be having more accurate estimation numbers. So what is the formula for beta? Pessimistic plus?
P plus 4M plus O by 6.
Okay, 4ml plus optimistic divided by
6.
6. So now what you are doing, you are cutting the pie chart into 6 equal portions. And you are giving 1 portion for pessimistic and 1 portion for optimistic, and you are giving 4 portion for most likely. That's the reason we have the denominator divided by 6. So the value will be a little bit accurate than the other value. Like triangular, you will be getting 75 days, 80 days. Once you are using the beta, you'll be getting 75 days. So 80 days, the number 80 days for the design work, you are getting the simple average, and 75 days will be the weighted average. So weighted average will be beta, right? So what is the other name given for this triangular distribution and beta distribution, or the 3-point estimation? What is the other name? What is the calculation? Most of the planning engineers, especially once they are working for scheduling their tasks, finding out the duration for each and every task completions. So they're going to call this one as a PERT calculations. What is a PERT? Many planning managers, they're going to call the P as what? Program. The schedule as a program. So program, evaluation, review technique. So the calculation is called as a PERT calculations. So most of the people, they're going to use PERT calculation in the CPM to develop the schedule, right? And what is the range of values you're going to bring for this? If the rough order magnitude is -25 plus 75%, what is the value I need to give for parametric and 3-point? Can I give -10%? 2? Hello? 25%, right? So the true value, hello, everyone is here. I'm connected with you guys, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Bala.
If I'm going to use this particular, what is the name of the range? What is the name given for the parametric and the 3-point for the range of values? If I'm going to call the analogous as ROM, rough order magnitude, what is the name I'm going to give for the beta and the parametric and the 3-point? I'll be calling this one as a budgetive estimation, right? Budgetive estimation, budgetive estimate. So the range of value will be minus 10%, 25%, right? This is the inner limit and this is the outer limits. So you are able to reduce the spread size. You are bringing the true value. You are bringing the two values very close to the true value. You are bringing the inner limit and outer limit very close to the true value. If your true value is 100,000 for your project, if you're going to use the parametric or 3-point estimation, then you can make sure that you can complete your work not less than $90,000 and it will not exceed more than $125,000. So you can see the vast difference, 75,000 to 175. You're able to close the gap by using the parametric and 3-point. Is it clear or not, guys? Still clear, right?
Yes.
And if you want to still increase the accuracy in your estimation part, then you'll go with something called bottom up. Bottom up. So what is the other name given for bottom up? So bottom up is called as a ingenious estimation. It's called as an ingenious estimation. So it will not have any kind of flaws. You can have only minor errors in this estimation. You can give 95% confidence for you to get your approval to make it this one as a single number. Since it's estimation, it's my prediction. So predictions always, it should not be a single number. It should be a range. It should be plus or minus. So this prediction, you need to make sure that you are giving the confidence for the management to give the approval for you to bring that one as a single number. In the budget, I can't bring the range of values. I need to make sure that my project budget will be $110,000. I can't bring like my project budget will be 120,000 to 150,000. I can't bring this one. I should make this one as a single number. So for me, what estimation numbers I brought, I need to give the confidence for the management. I have 95% confidence on my estimation part, sir. Kindly try to approve it, right? Depending upon the estimation method you have used. You need to have a basis of estimate for you to get your support. The basis of estimate will show the management to give the approval. So they will be they'll be asking you the question, whether you consider the complete assumption on your estimation part. Yes, sir. Have you consider a complete constraint on your estimation part? Yes, sir. Have you considered the complete uncertainty and risk factor on your estimation part? Yes, sir. What confidence level you have on your estimation? Sir, I have 60% confidence. I have 70% confidence. I have 80% confidence. So you need to mention the confidence level in the basis of estimate. That's a document that will support all the estimation documents. Right? Basis of estimate will be the basis for you to get your support. So the bottom-up estimation will be having a very minor error. So what you're going to do? So it can be called as an ingenious estimation, or we can call this one as a grassroots. So you're going to the root level, grassroots level. So what you're able to do, you're able to break the complete scope of the work. And what is the lowest level of your scope of work? What is the lowest level of your WBS? Since I'm not able to execute that major scope or deliverable, I'm going to cut that one into more manageable pieces, small pieces. So what is that small piece called? In your WBS structure, you have a very small portion. So that will be the last level of your WBS. What is that portion called?
Package.
Work packages, right? Work packages. So each and every work packages, you know very well, you can count your work packages. So under each and every work packages, you'll be calling your planning engineers, the planning managers or schedulers to define the task. What a task we need to perform. We need to perform the mechanical task, electrical task, plumbing task, procurement task, testing task, commissioning task, first fix, second fix, third fix, right? Your civil defense, everything you need to make sure that you need to perform each and every task to complete each and every work packages. Now, what do you have to do? Once you are defining the task, if you're not able to have the clear-cut knowledge on the task, you're asking your planning engineers to break this particular task into a subtask level. So this subtask level in some industry is called as steps. Maybe it will be called in the adaptive environment, they're going to call the subtask as a steps. In Primavera, it will be very clearly, it will be mentioned as a steps. It's nothing but the subtask. So where you're asking the resource managers to assign the resources for each and every subtask, and you're asking the planners to just make sure that assigned resource, it will take how much days for them to complete this particular task. So, and you're asking the commercial people, the cost estimators to come and estimate the cost, how much you're going to spend for each and every task completion by assigning this kind of resources. How much you're going to pay? What is your money which you're going to spend for each and every task completions? So you're able to roll out from the last level to the next highest level, to the next highest level, to the next highest level, to the next highest level. And once you're reaching to the project level, you are able to bring the pretty much accuracy in your estimation, whether it's a number of resources is need for you to complete the entire project, the money, the line item cost need for you to complete the entire project, or it's going to be the duration units for you to complete the entire project. What is the total time scale? What is the total budget? And what is the total resource is going to spend for the project? So this can be done through the bottom-up technique. So bottom-up technique will take more time, more effort, more resource. But what happened here? It will give you the accuracy. The accuracy will be how much? What will be the accuracy level? What is the range of values you're going to bring? It will be -5% to +10%. So if you're going to use the bottom-up technique in your calculation part, you can say that my project will complete within 95,000 and it will not exceed more than 110,000, because you're able to know the information about your project in detail. You've gone into detail into the grassroots level and you're able to come with this kind of estimation part. Is that clear or not, guys? And once you are doing the estimation cost, make sure that you will not forget the cost of quality. The cost of quality will be having the cost of conformance cost and cost of non-conformance. Cost of non-conformance will be a failure cost, internal failure, and it will be external failures. Cost of conformance will be what? It will be giving you what? Cost of conformance. The cost of conformance will be focusing on prevention cost, and it will be focusing on appraisal cost. The way you do the documentation, the way you send your people for the training to prevent the error from the process, to prevent the error from prevent the defect from your deliverables. So that will be the prevention cost. Appraisal cost, whether everything is done according to the quality requirements, you are able to do the audit, you're able to do examine, you're able to do the examination, you are able to measure it, you're able to walk through it. So you are doing the audit, you are doing the inspection. So this will be called as the appraisal cost. So all the money which you're going to spend for quality, all the money which you're going to spend for your resources, accommodation, transportation, training, the tax amount, the rent, direct cost, indirect cost, fixed cost, variance cost, not even any cost should be forgotten. So you need to bring the total cost along with the resource. So your cost baseline will be inclusive of the resource. Then you will be completing the estimation part, then you'll be moving to a determined budget. So determined budget is something you're going to aggregate all the individual cost estimation and you're going to bring the total budget for the project. You are able to establish a clear cost baseline, which is nothing but your budgeted completions. All the planned values are summed up and you're able to bring this one as a BAC inclusive of your contingency resource. And once you are able to bring the BAC, you are able to reconcile your funds. So funding limit reconciliation for each and every month, whether I have the cash inflow for me to spend for this expenses, which I planned already. If you don't have the expense for you to spend for that particular month and you have a deficit, then the next strategy is that you need to make a finance. Whether you will be taking a loan from the bank or you'll be selling something, or you will raise some crowd related funds, or you will ask the bank to form a syndicate to allot the very big funds for you, where you can bring and you can pay the interest along with the principal to the bank. So the financing will be the strategy after you're done with the funding limit reconciliations, right? Now, now the cost baseline is got the approval and it's given to the project manager. Right now the work is executed. So the people start their work on each and every deliverables. So once you start performing a task, you know very well the cost will follow the task. So make sure that you should monitor and you need to track and you need to make sure that everyone in the project is able to spend only the planned amount, not the excess amount. Right? So, hello, Mr. Arun. Hello. Can I proceed, guys?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So we know very well that we will use the earned value management. So we have gone through the earned value management. What is the formula we see?
Schedule variance.
Schedule variance.
Formula for yes, variance.
What is the formula for schedule variance?
EV minus PV.
Okay, EV should be what? It should be, it's a
earned value minus planned value.
Okay. EV should be what? EV should be less than 0.
Percentage of, yeah.
EV should be less than 0. It's a good or bad for the project?
Bad.
Bad. If the number shows it's a negative variance, then it's bad. What actions you're going to take? We already seen this one in the last class, right? This is a formula. We have two formulas for variance and 2 formulas for index. So we have cost variance. This is the formula. Cost variance, the formula is earned value minus actual cost. And schedule variance, the formula is earned value minus a planned value, right? So we see in the example. So each and every month we need to track our planned cost and we have to know about our planned duration for each and every task, right? So already we mentioned in the cost management plan and the schedule management plan, what the equations we have to use to measure the performance of the cost and schedule and how we're going to report the tracking information to the management. Management has to know whether we have a variance. Positive variance and zero variance is very good for the project. So if it is coming a negative variance, then you have to take a corrective action after you've done a depth assessment. So you need to go to the root level to know why this impact is happening, why it is giving negative variance, what is the reason for it, and what is the root cause for it. And there is any supplying causes also there affecting the project by giving the negative variance. And what you have to do to remove this variance, how long this variance will stay in your project, and what you're going to do to remove this variance, and where all the other areas is getting impacted. So you need to do the depth analysis. So we're going to do something called variance analysis using the earned value management, and we are going to raise the earned variance report, right? So this is the formula we see in this one, and we have the CPA and SPI. So in variance, you are able to subtract the value from earned value. In index, we are able to find out the ratios. So how efficient our schedule is performing and how efficient our project cost is performing. So if anything which is coming less than 1, it's good or bad. Your SPI and CPA shows it's coming less than 1. It's coming in the decimals. Good or bad?
Bad.
It's coming equal to 1. Good or bad?
On track.
If SPI shows that equal to 1, exactly 1, it's good or bad?
Yes.
It's good, right?
Good.
So
Good.
okay, so $1 is the investment you're going to do for you to get the productivity. You are able to get the same $1 as the returns. The productivity you are able to extend is $1 equal to $1. If you are able to bring $1 above $1, like 1.05, 1.08. So $1 is investment, but the productivity is coming more than 1.08. So more the work you are able to extract. If a CPI shows that it's going to be like 1.10. That means $1 you are investing in your project, the return on investment is more than $1. If you are able to get 0.90, you're able to get only in fills or you're able to get only in cents or paise, $1 investment, you're losing 10 paise, 10 fills, 10 cents. So that is not a good return on investment. So always the CPI and SPI, it should be above 1, right? Or equal to 1. It's clear, guys? Any doubts we have?
No, Bala.
Okay. So these are the three things, parameter you need to consider. Now it's clear, everyone?
Yes, Bala, clear.
So positive is good, 0 is good, negative is bad. Once you're coming to the CPI and SPI, less than 1 is bad, equal to 1 is good, greater than 1 is also good. Okay. Now, the other one is, please note down, we have to forecast. So what is the difference between variance and forecast? So we are using the earned value. We are using the earned value analysis for us to produce the variance report. So now we are able to produce the variance report. Right now, what we will go, we'll do a forecasting and we are able to do a trend analysis. A trend analysis. So trend analysis will be giving you a forecasting report. So once the forecasting report shows that the future performances will be bad, it will be a deteriorating performance or it will be a detrimental performance. It will be a deteriorating performance or it will be a detrimental performance. So what kind of a recommendation will come as a change request? Earned value management makes you know very well that you found out a variance. You found out a mistake. What you planned, you're not able to meet your planned expenditure, your planned metrics, all your planned value, all your actual value is below the planned value. So you done a mistake, you want to correct it. So you are taking a reactive approach. You are reacting for the mistake. So you will recommend a corrective action as a change request. Now, using the forecast report, using the trend analysis, what kind of recommendation will come as a change request? You will recommend for corrective actions or you will recommend for the preventive actions?
Forecasting preventive actions, right?
Always forecasting using your trend analysis. You are able to trend your data over a period of time. What the weather department or meteorological department they're going to use, they will be using the same data, and they are able to trend this particular data. What happens tomorrow? You have a sunshine. Day after tomorrow, you have a rainfall, and third day you'll be having the precipitations. They are able to trend the data over a period of time. So same will be happening using the current performance. You are able to trend this particular information over a period of time, whether the performance will be improved performance or a detrimental performance. If the forecasting report which will be showing that the performance will be a detrimental performance, then make sure that your cost will be having impact and schedule will be having impact. You need to take preventive actions. So in what way are you going to take the preventive actions? How are you going to respond with your preventive actions? What are you going to come with your as a preventive actions? If you have the severe cost impact and if you have the severe schedule impact, there will be a late delivery and you'll be spending more. What are you going to do? How are you going to take this impact? You'll be revising your baseline, right? Hello?
Yes.
So how you are able to revise the baseline? What is your proactive approach? All your preventive action is a proactive approach. 10 days it is going to rain for this month, and I kept all my materials outside the project, outside the site office where there is no cover. I kept a lot of cement bags, bricks, and I kept all the steel and bricks there. So what I'm going to do? How I'm going to prevent this? What happens if the rain water is going to enter into a cement bags? What happens if the water is going to HO is going to touch the iron rods? Will the same specification will be maintained? Hello?
No.
What are you going to do? How are you going to prevent this? Next 10 days, it will be a continuous pour down. Thunderstorms is expected, and continuously it will be a rain for next 10 days. All your materials you kept outside. If there is no cover or something. So what are you going to do? What is your preventive actions?
We have to keep it
Reprioritize.
Huh?
Reprioritize and
Okay, your work will be having a delay, so you're going to reprioritize your things. What happened to the money? You will not lift that one, and you will not find a logistic for you to keep that one safe.
Yeah.
So you will be taking that one in a closed circuit, right? Rather to keep in the open circuit, right or not? You will take a transportation, will deal with a logistic company, and you'll ask the logistic company for can you keep this one for 10 days? So we'll pay the rent. So you're adding the money in your budget. And the project is getting delayed for next 10 days because you can't do any work outside. So what are you going to do? You will not add the duration there in your baseline. So the proactive approach after seeing the forecasting report makes you to plan the contingencies. So that is your proactive approach. You will be coming with the contingency plans. Right? Okay. Everyone is ready? Can we go?
Bala, anyway, while preparing the baseline itself, we will have our contingency plan, right?
Okay.
Already have, right?
Okay. Once the work is executed, there's no. You'll be going with the same funds. You'll not get any kind of emergent. You are able to bring the complete risk in the risk register during the outset.
Yeah.
You are able to bring no. I'm asking you. You are able to bring the complete risk events into the risk register during the outset of your project, during the beginning of the project. And you will not repeat the risk identification process henceforth. What happened there if there is emergent risk? What happened? You have risk is emerging from the project once you executed the work. What happened? You will not bring that risk into the risk register.
Yeah, we will update the risk.
For that, what are you going to do? You will not assess that risk, and you will not develop your responses.
Yeah.
The response which you're going to develop will be a contingency. That's the proactive approach, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you need to do the risk identification process continuously. It should be an iterative process. It is not applicable to the IT projects. Please be very cautious because you are doing IT project, you're breaking the IT project. How you're going to break your IT projects? You're breaking as a phase or iterations?
Iterations.
Okay, you are doing the project, IT project, you're going to develop a product. So you will be breaking that project into multiple iterations, right? So the risk
Yeah.
management should be performed during the start of each and every iterations. But in the case of predictive projects, it's a riskier project, more riskier than the adaptive project, because there you are able to take risk. Here you doesn't want to take a risk. You doesn't want to take much risk in the predictive projects. That's the reason you are planning in advance. You are planning complete, thoroughly, you are planning, and you're moving to the execution, right? So the risk management will be performed in each and every phase of your project. Either the project will be done in a single phase or you're going to break your project into multiple phase. The risk management process should be iterative. Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone,
Yes.
right? Now what happened here? We have to do the trend analysis. Be very cautious, guys. There are two things we need to take into consideration. One is called ETC. The other one is called as EAC. So what do you mean by ETC and what do you mean by EAC?
End value at completion.
Okay,
Ah, yes.
completions. Anyone? Guys, please come. There is a lot of formulas and lot of equations and lot of problematic questions we're going to discuss today. So what do you mean by ETC and what do you mean by EAC?
It's estimation time to complete and estimation.
Okay, estimation time to complete, and this one is what? Okay, I'll say this. Please write this one. Estimate to complete. Estimate to complete. This one is estimate at completions. So what is the difference between estimate to complete and estimate at completions? Guys, this will be used for you to do the forecasting technique. Estimate to complete and estimate at completion will be used for you to know about your futures. For you to know about your present condition, you will be going with the earn value formulas, which will be 4 formulas, which will be a schedule performance index and cost performance index, which will be giving you the performance of schedule and cost. And to know about the variance, whether you have a positive, 0 or negative variance, you will go with the cost and schedule variance. We have 4 formulas. So based on the 4 formulas, you are able to come with the variance report. And the recommendation from your side, if there is any negative variance, it will be coming as a corrective actions. Here, always it will be preventive actions. So what do you mean by estimate to complete and what do you mean by estimate at completions?
First one is like before starting the project, we are giving some
Okay, the
estimation.
first one is estimate to complete. That is also starting up project, right?
Yep.
Okay. Any other opinion on this, please? Any other opinion other than this? Mr. Benakash, Mr. Venkat, Mr. Varun.
In between also we can give estimate like a mid of the project also I can give. Every month also I can give what I
Okay.
need for the next.
Okay, now today you are measuring. So what is the date you're going to call this one? You're going to collect the data today. So till date data you're going to collect. So that can be called as a data date, right? The data date is nothing but the data which you're going to collect on your project today for you to do the measurements. So this is called as a data date. So data date. Now what happened here? You completed your work from today. Today is what? 23, right? 23 August. And your project will be completed on May 2024. From today, what is your remaining work? And what resources or what budget you have in your hand to complete the remaining work? The money which you have in remaining for you to complete the remaining work from today will be called as estimate at to complete. Is it clear or not, guys? Estimate to complete is nothing but the money or the resource which you have in balance for you to complete your balance work. Is it clear, guys? Guys,
Yes.
say yes or no, please.
Yes.
Okay. And estimate at completion in total, once you're going to finalize your last activity, in total, how much you're going to spend? Once you're going to complete your project, what is the total money you have spent on a project? So that will be estimate at completions. estimate to complete, I'll say that from today, what is your remaining budget you have to complete the remaining work? Estimated completion in total, how much you're going to spend for your project. So that will be estimated completions. Now, for you to understand the estimated completion, so what is this? What is this? Hello?
Budget at completion.
Okay, how you got this budget at completion? By summing up all your plan values, right? Plan
Plan
value one,
value.
plan value two, right? Plan value. So summing up all the plan value, right? So what is the plan value called? We call this plan value as budgeted cost for the work you scheduled, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to sum up all your plan value and you're coming with the budgeted completion. This is your project budget, right? Now, your project budget, for example, for us to understand is $100,000. Your forecasting report shows that you can't complete the project with 100,000, so you need extra funds, 120,000. Right? Because there is a negative risk impact. The impact is negative, so you're not able to complete your project with 100,000. You're able to complete only with 120. So you need 20,000 extra. So what is this is called? Still, it is called as a BAC.
Budget.
Now in this,
No.
So this is called EAC. Is it clear or not, guys?
Completion.
Okay. Now what happened here? If you and your team are smart enough in managing the risk, and you're not spending much on you're earning the profit for the project, you're able to complete your project under $80,000, not under 100,000. You are minimizing 20,000 here. So what is this amount is called? Still, can we call this one as a BAC?
No.
So again, it will be called as a EAC, right or not, guys?
EAC.
So this is a positive and this is a negative, right? Because you are not able to manage the risk, you need to spend for you to manage the risk. Extra risk is there, which is not expected. So 20,000 you are spending extra. Here you are able to manage the risk very smartly, and you're able to minimize. You are able to minimize your expense, and you're making more profit, and you're saving 20,000, and you are able to complete your project with 80,000, not 100,000. So this 80,000 becomes a EAC.
So, Bala, what's the difference between actual cost and this EAC, no?
Huh?
Actual cost.
Actual cost will be giving you the actual expenditure for the work you performed. For example, for each and every week, I ask you to spend $100. And this is a 4 weeks project. Total budget BAC is how much? $400,000.
$400.
Right?
$400.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, each and every week you have to spend 100, right? Now, in the first 2 weeks, you have spent 200,000. 200, right? So what is your actual cost you spent? 200.
200.
And what is the planned cost? 200.
200.
So you have any variance in it?
No.
Okay, you have 0 variance, right? Now,
Yeah.
the third week, you are spending, it shows $350 you spend total. So whether your planned cost and actual cost is spent, you're matching together.
No.
To complete the 4th week, you should have $100. How much you have? $50. Can you able to complete?
No.
Okay. So what you need? You need another $50, right?
$50.
So once you're adding this $50 here, what is your BAC?
$450.
Okay, can we call this one as a BAC?
No.
No, right? So what are you going to call this one? You are revising your BAC. We can call this one as a revised baseline, right? So all the revised baseline is called as a EAC.
Okay.
Is it clear or not? Or what happened? Each and every week you are spending 75. Now, what is your BAC? 400. And what is your new BAC?
50.
Your actual cost is how much?
350.
350.
300. Right?
Each and every week, the actual cost you spend is 350. And adding together,
300.
the plant
300.
expenditure, 350. So 350 means you are minimizing. So can we call this one still as a BAC?
Okay.
Can I call this one as a BAC? No, right? I need to call this one as a EAC, right? I need to revise. I need to give 50 back to my company, right?
Yeah. 100. Yeah.
Okay. Now we have formulas for estimate to complete and estimated completion. You can stop me. So we have estimate at completions, the formula. So estimated completion in total, how much you're going to spend for the project will be estimated completion. The total money which you plan to spend for the project, that will be budgeted completions. Is it clear or not, guys? The total money which you plan to spend for the project will be your budgeted completion, nothing but the cost baseline. The money which you already, the money which you're going to spend for the project, total project, that will be called as the estimated completion. It may be the money which you plan to spend, or it may be less than the planned money you're going to spend, or you'll be spending more the plan. If you're going to spend more the money which you plan to spend for the total project, then the EAC, because the risk is there, a lot of risk is there, you're not able to manage that risk, you're spending for that risk. Right? Cost impacting risk will be there. Many risk events will be impacting you to spend more. So you are adding more cost. Sometimes you are able to manage the risk properly, you are able to minimize the cost, and you will be completing the project less than what you plan to spend. Again, that will be called as a EAC. So the formula for EAC, the first formula for EAC is, please note down, actual cost plus budget at completion minus EV. What is the scenario behind this one? Examination point of view, they're going to give you a scenario. The scenario says the current performance. Guys, everyone is awake, right? Guys, everyone is awake. You may yes.
Yes, Bala. Yes, Bala.
Okay, everyone say yes, please. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The current performance is not good for the project. The current performance is a weaker performance, you know very well. Since it's going to be the COVID-19 season, since it's going to be the viral season, many people are absent. So we are not able to bring the productivity. Right now, everyone has gone to injections and booster has came. The complete lockdown has removed. So it is expected we'll be working very hard and we'll be working extra time to bring the performance back. So now the current performance shows, the current performance of the project show weaker performance. It's a bad performance. Now my question to you, you will carry forward the remaining work based on the current performance or the performance which you plan to do. You will continue your project based on the current performance, existing performance, or what you plan to do. That performance you will carry forward. The current performance, you know the reason. Everyone knows the reason. Management is asking, they're not asking for any reason. They know very well because we should have 100% to work there. But only 30 to 35 people are working. Remaining people are hospitalized and remaining people are working in the home. We are not able to bring the proper productivity. They know very well. You're going to get only the negative reports. Okay, within 1 week, everything will change. So many people will come back from the hospital, back from the home, and we can have 100% productivity. We can bring the productivity up. We can work extra duration. We'll be working together very strongly, very harder to bring the performance back. So the future work is based on the current performance or the performance which you plan to do. Which performance you will carry forward? You will take the current performance or you will go back to the planned performance for the future work. What I'm asking,
take the current performance,
huh?
right? We will take the current performance.
No, current performance is weaker performance. It's a bad, right? How we are able to carry forward the current performance is bad. What you plan to achieve, you are not able to achieve because of some things are obstacling you. Some blockers or some impediments are blocking you in the form of COVID-19. So many people are absent. So you know very well the current performance is bad. So you'll carry forward with the bad performance for the future work, or what you plan to do initially. So that planned performance will take your future work.
Planned work we will take it for the future.
You will be taking the planned performance.
Once,
what you plan to perform, that performance you will be taking forward for the future work, right? So this is a scenario.
Yes.
So now you can say that this is a scenario, right? So what is your actual cost until the third month? Go back to our house example. 8 hours we have to construct. 200,000 is a house budget. Individual house 200,000. The total BAC will be 1.6 million, right? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So what is our actual cost at the end of the third month? 500,000, right? The first 2 months, the actual money which you spend is 200,000, 200,000. And the third month you spend 100,000, right?
500K.
Okay. Then what is your BAC? 1.6 million, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, budget.
Okay. What is your earn value at the end of the third month? 400,000, right?
Yeah, completed.
So you know very well that earn value, you are not giving the credit. If the 99.9% work also gone into a company, you are not giving credit. It will give only 2 credits. 0 credit. If the work is started, the work is not completed, still you're going to retain only 0 credit. If all the planned work you are able to bring into a component, you'll be giving 100% credit for that component, right? So we are not able to complete the third house. It's a partially completed. We can't sell that house. So the earned value is still 0 for the third month. So until the third month, the total earned value will be 400,000, right or not, guys?
Correct.
So what is your value going to get?
1700,000.
500 plus.
So 1.7 million, right? So literally it shows that you're not able to complete your work with 1.6 million. That's your BAC. You are able to complete your future work. And your estimated completion will be 1.7 million. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yes, Bala, clear.
Clear. If you feel this formula is a very big formula, then you can go with other formula. Please note that for the same scenario, you will not take the current performance for the future work. You will take only the planned performance which you plan to perform. Due to some obstacles, you are coming with a negative variance. You don't want to repeat that. You'll go back to the planned performance. This is a scenario. If you feel this particular formula is a very big formula, then you can go with BAC minus CV for the same scenario. Use your mobile calculators. What is our BAC? 1.6 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is our CV? What is the formula for CV? Earn value minus
Cost variance equal to EV minus AC.
Okay, so what is the value going to get? 400,000 minus 500,000. You'll be getting minus 100,000, right or wrong?
Yeah. Again 1,500.
So what is the answer? Plus minus become plus, right?
0.7.
1.7 million. Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone? Hello? Give me yes or no.
Yes, Bala, clear.
Okay, this is the first forecasting formula. This is the first forecasting formula for EAC. The prediction, you can do a different kind of predictions. You're able to predict the things. So this is a scenario. You will not ask your team to carry forward the remaining work with the current performance. Since current performance is not a good performance, you will ask the people what we plan to do. You take that for the current, future work. So the formula will be this: actual cost plus BAC minus EV, right? So, or you can go with the BAC minus CV, right? Now you brought 1.7. What is that 1.7? That is your estimated completion, right or not?
Yes.
So what is your original budget? You plan for 8 house, 1.6 million.
160K. Yeah, 1.6.
One house, 200,000 is your budget, and budgeted completion is 1.6 million. The actual cost, the money which you plan to spend for each and every house is 200,000. The total budget for the project will be 1.6 million. But right now, the third month, you're not able to complete the third house. There is a variance. So variance is what? Minus 100,000, right? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Can I strike this? Okay. Come back to the ETC. The ETC is having a formula EAC minus actual cost. So what was your EAC?
1.700.
1.7 million, right?
Yeah.
So what is your actual cost at the end of the third month?
500,000.
500,000.
500,000. Yeah.
So what is the ETC?
1.2
million.
million. So you need 1.2 million for you to complete the remaining work, right or not?
Yes.
Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone say yes or no. So what you need to find out the value for EAC. You found out the value is 1.7. So this 1.7 is brought here, and you are able to subtract with the actual cost of the money which you already spent. You can't do anything about that. So you are getting a value is 1.2. So if you have 1.2, you can complete the remaining work. You need 1.2 million for you to complete the remaining work, right? Right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone, guys. Okay. Coming to the second scenario for you to calculate your estimated completion. Second scenario, estimated completion. The formula is EAC. The formula will be BAC divided by CPI. So this is having a scenario. There is no other alternative options. You have only one options. Whether it's a good performance or a bad performance, your remaining work has to follow the current performance. Now you are able to understand the difference between the first scenario and second scenario. Everyone, Arun, Mr. Benakash, Vijay, you're able to understand? You are able to understand, guys?
Yes.
There is no other alternative. You need to accept the current condition, and the future work should be based on the current condition. Even it's a negative performance, you need to make sure the people are carry forwarding the remaining work with the current performance, not on the planned performance. So what is this? What is our BAC? Anyone? 1.6 million, right?
Yes.
So what is our CPI? What is our CPI?
EV by AC.
EV divided by AC, right? Sorry, CPI, EV divided by AC, right? So what is our EV?
Yes.
400,000 divided by 500,000, right?
5,000, yeah.
So what is the value going to get?
0.8.
0.98. So can you use your calculator? What is your new EAC? If you're going to predict your scenario like this, if you want to predict your scenario like this, so what will be your estimated completion for the project? Give me the answer, guys. 1.6 million divided by 0.98. 0.98, eh? Hello?
No, Bala, 0.8.
0.80,
right? Yeah,
you're saying 0.98?
I said 0.8.
Okay, 0.80, right? So what is your new estimated completion? 1.6 million divided by 0.80.
2 million.
2 million. So if you're going to carry forward the remaining work with the current scenario, then you end up with 2 million. Is it clear or not, guys? The second scenario for EAC, for your prediction, how much in total we're going to spend once we're going to complete all the work for the project? What is the total money which you're going to spend, right? So the scenario says whether it's a positive performance or negative performance, don't carry forward with the planned performance. What you plan to do, go with only the current performance. Go with the current scenario. So just measure and just give this information how much we will spend in total once we are going with the current performance. The previous case, give us the total, how much we'll be spending in total once we carry forward with the planned performance, not with the current performance. Here, the management is asking you to do the prediction, okay, go forward with the current performance for the future work. So you're going to end up with 2 million, right or not?
Yes.
Okay. The third case, EAC, what happened here? Actual cost plus bottom up ETC. Bottom up ETC. So this is having a separate scenario. If the examination point of view is asking you to work out the scenario for this, can you do anything for actual cost? The money which you spend 500,000, can you do anything? The money which you spend is actually spent, right? You can't get that money, right?
And yeah.
So that money is already spent. Now what happened here? What is the bottom up calculation? What is the bottom up? What is the ETC? 1.2 million, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now what the management is saying that at least for the remaining work, try to do the bottom up method. Try to re-estimate this one with the bottom up technique. At least for the remaining work, this 1.2 million, whether this is a correct value or it's coming more than that or less than that, try to do the bottom up calculations. Re-estimate it. An estimation technique, it should be bottom up, not any other method. We are not accepting the parametric, we are not accepting any kind of analogous. The remaining work should be estimated through the bottom up technique. You have to do the re-estimation, whether we will be spending the 1.2 million, or we will be spending more than 1.2 million, or we will be spending less than 1.2 million. We need to have the clear cut knowledge. So try to re-estimate using the bottom up technique for the rework, for the remaining work. The money which you have for you to complete the remaining work, try to do the re-estimation using the bottom-up calculations. Since you don't have the estimation engineers, you need to bring an estimation engineer and he has to work for 3 months and you need to provide him a salary and you need to provide him an air ticket, you need to provide a visa charges, cab charges, food charges, room charges, every charges you're going to bear, and the charges will be $39,300. So where are you going to bring this money? You'll be giving from your packet or you'll be taking from project and spending to the cost engineer who's going to do the re-estimation. You'll give from your wallet or you'll be taking the money from your from the project. So you need to add this expense in the project expense, right? So what is your estimated completion? 1.739300, right?
Yes.
So if the examination is asking you, try to work out with the bottom-up ETC and the bottom-up ETC because your original estimation was a flawed. We need a flawless estimation for the remaining work. Try to do the bottom-up technique for the remaining work, whether we need to spend extra or whether we have to spend the same money or whether we have to spend less than that. So you are bringing a cost engineer and you're asking you to re-estimate. So he's going to work 3 months in your project in a temporary visa and you're going to bear all his expenses. The expenses is coming 339. The total project cost will be 1.739300 million. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear? Okay.
Clear.
Now what happened here? The last formula for EAC, is like this. Actual cost plus BAC minus EV divided by CPI multiplied by SPI. This is the only one forecasting technique formula is bringing the scheduled performance here. They are asking you to predict a new estimated completion, bringing the SPI also. Try to factor the SPI. So give the numbers, what numbers you are able to bring. So see that it is going to work out. So far, all the 3 formulas, estimated completion formula, you're not bringing any kind of schedule performance. You're not adding any kind of schedules. And this is the only one formula. The management is asking, okay, try to bring your schedule performance also, factor in your schedule performance also, predict the future numbers. What will be our new estimated completions? So here, what is your actual cost at the end of the 3rd month? It's 500,000, right? Right or not, guys?
Yes.
And what is your BAC minus EV? It will be what? 1.7 million, right? It will be 1.2 million, right?
1.2 million minus earned value 400.
Okay. 1.2 million, right? What is your CPI? 0.80. And what is your SPI? 0.67, right? What is your new estimated completions? BAC is what? 1.6 million, right? EV is what? 400,000. So you get 1.2 million, right or not, guys? Use your mobile calculators. Give me the answer. This is the only one estimated completion forecasting formula will be asking you to bring the schedule performance also. They are asking you to factor in the schedule performance index also. The first scenario was asking you to go with the future for the planned performance, not with the current performance. The second estimated completion, they are asking you to just go with the current performance. What happens if you're going with the current performance? How much we're going to spend? The third one, they're asking you to re-estimate the ETC using the bottom-up technique. So what is our future estimate? What is the future number? How much in total we're going to spend? And they're asking you to predict, okay, if you're going to bring the schedule performance also inside and mix we are multiplying with the CPI. So what is our new number for project completion? What is our new EAC? Give me the answer, guys.
723880.
What?
723880.
What 723?
See, 120K divided by.
No, 1.2 million, ma'am. 1.2 million divided by what? 0.80. multiply by 0.6. Only one person is working out, or what? Guys, what happened? 1.2 million, right? The denominator will be having 0.80 multiplied by 0.67. So you'll be getting 0.36, right? So 1.2 million divided by 0.536. You will get what? 2.238 million, right? Plus
Yeah.
500,000. So you'll be new estimated completion will be what? 2,738,806. So estimated completion is a prediction. You're able to forecast what will be the outcome. We're using 4 scenarios. Right? The first
Yes.
scenario is giving you what? If you want to go with the current performance, if you don't want to go with the current performance, if you want to go with only the planned performance for the future work, you will complete your work with 1.7 million. Right? The second scenario was asking you to carry forward your work with the current performance, whether it's a bad or good performance. Take the current performance, see that how much you're going to spend in total. What will be our new estimated completion? It will be 2 million, right? The third one is what they are asking you to. They are asking you to re-estimate the ETC, the money which you have, the money which you brought for the remaining work. Try to do the re-estimation using the bottom-up technique. Whether we'll be using the same, whether we will be spending the same 1.2 million or less than 1.2 million or more than 1.2 million. So you're able to finish your work with how much? 2 million. How much? 2 million.
Third one is 1.7.
Okay, sorry.
739.
Last one is 2738. Yeah. Third one.
Third one is what?
1.739 million.
Right. The last one is
300.
what? You're asking,
278.
okay, try to bring the scheduled performance also inside, see that how much we are how much we need to spend in total, right? What's the new estimation company? So it will be what? This number, right? So which one the management will be accepting? To go with the planned performance, or to go with the current performance, or to factor in the SPI with the CPI, or to do the bottom-up ETC? Which one they prefer? If you are owner of the company.
1.7.
1.7. Right? Okay. Now, there's one formula for variance at completion. The formula will be, the variance at completion formula will be VAC minus EAC. So what is our VAC? What is our VAC? For 1.6 million, right? 1.6. 200,000 we're going to spend for one house, and we're going to go to 8 house, 1.6. What is our EAC? What EAC we have taken? 1.7, right?
1.7.
So what is your variance at completion? Minus 100,000, right?
Yes.
Good or bad?
Bad.
So we plan to spend 1.6 million due to some risk factor. We are not able to continue the third house. If this situation is going to continue, whether we are able to complete with 1.6 or we are going to complete how much? What is our new EAC? So we are able to complete with 1.7 million. So what is our variance at completion? Minus 100,000. Right, guys? Okay. Now, there is 2 more formulas. Please note on. To complete performance index. What is that? To complete performance index. Now, the CPI, if it is going to be less than 1, below 1, it's good or bad? If your CPI, your current performance, your cost to performance index shows that you're spending $1 and you're getting the profit less than $1, it's good or bad?
Bad.
Bad, right? Now, here in the case of TCPI, in the CPI, anything which is coming equal to 1 and above 1 is good, right? It's a profitable.
Yes.
In a TCPI, it's ulta. Anything which is overshooting above 1 or equal to 1, equal or above 1, you are not able to achieve. It's difficult to achieve. It's impossible for you to achieve. always the TCPI should maintain 1 or less than 1. It should maintain less than 1, equal to 1 or less than 1. If it's showing it's above 1, then it's very difficult for you to achieve. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
In what situation we will use it?
One minute. So now, what is this one called? ETC, right? So this will be a EAC. So we have seen the formulas. This is the formula. So what is the other formula along with this?
Bala, are you writing something?
Anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are not seeing anything. We
You're
are
not
not
seeing.
seeing.
Yeah.
You're not seeing.
No.
What happened?
Now only the PPT slide is there.
Yeah, PPT slide is there.
Now we are able to see the formula under 7.4 EAC forecast. Control cost is some text is coming.
Okay. Now
AC plus ETC.
This is ETC, remaining one, right? And this will be EAC, estimated completions. Okay, this is a formula for what? What is the scenario? What is the scenario?
AC minus.
So this is for what? You doesn't want to
Current
go,
planned.
you doesn't
plan
want to
performance.
go with the current performance. You always
Current
advise your management, your team to go with the planned performance, right?
Planned.
So,
Yeah.
so this is the scenario. So what is the other formula? If you find this formula is very lengthier, VAC minus EV, right? Sorry. VAC minus CV, right? Right or wrong?
Yes, BAC minus CV.
Right? Okay. So this is for which scenario?
First scenario, current performance we are carrying.
No, BAC divided by CPA, second. If the current performance is a bad
We
performance,
don't
fine.
have no other alternative way.
We'll go with the current scenario, right?
Current
Give us a
yeah.
new estimated completion based on the current scenario. If our future
Yeah.
performance is based on the current scenario, what will be our estimated completion? Okay, this is what you're factoring in the Shell performance index, right?
Yeah, we have to consider SPA.
Okay, the other one is that you need to do the bottom up ETC. Yet,
Yeah,
ETC, they are asking you to re-estimate with the bottom up. They are, since the original estimation was flawed using a different kind of estimation, the management is not pleased. So they are asking you what happened if you're going to re-estimate using the bottom up technique for the remaining work, for the remaining money. So that will be what? Actual cost plus bottom up ETC, right? Okay, now everyone is ready? Nitin, you are there?
Yeah, Bala, I'm there.
Okay. So now you and your opponent team is playing cricket in UAE. So they made 5 runs in 6 balls. So what is your chase to win the game?
6 runs.
6 runs. So per ball, how many runs you need to hit? 1 run.
1 run.
Okay. What happened if your opponent is going to hit 15 runs
Oh,
with 6 balls?
16 is the target.
So 5 runs is a target is very easy for you to chase, right? Because your TCPA is 1, right? Exactly 1. The TCPA here is more than 1, right?
Yeah.
So each and every company will be giving the target. The target will set exactly 1. If anything which is going to increase above 1, it's very difficult for the people to achieve, right or wrong? The target is not given only for the marketing and sales people. Even the target is given for many engineers. Ms. Kala, you don't have a target. You don't have a goal to achieve in your company. Nitin, you don't have a target in your company. The management is not giving a target for you to achieve. Everyone connected here, Varun, Pavan, you don't have a target. Arun, you don't have a target. Everyone connected here will be having a target to achieve, right or wrong?
Yes.
Right? So the TCPI, take this one, it should be equal to 1 or less than 1, you can achieve your target. If it is coming more than 1, it will be very difficult for you to achieve, right? So what happened here, you and your team, you and your family, during the Eid holidays, you want to go for Oman, for example, Oman. So the total kilometers you're going to estimate is 550. So what you're doing, you can start your house at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. and you want to reach Oman by 3 p.m. So what is your, how much hour per kilometer you need to drive your car? 550 divided by 80 kilometers. So what is the speed you need to drive to reach your destiny?
6 point.
No, give me the 550 divided by 80.
Yeah.
6.87.
Eh?
6.88.
6.875.
68 kilometers, right?
6.8.
6.8 or 68?
6.8 because per hour.
No, per
6,
hour.
8.
How many? See, sorry, 7 hours, right? Sorry.
7 hours, right?
7 hours.
7
or 80?
hours.
Sorry. I made a mistake here. Not 80.
80 kilometer per hour, right?
Okay, so 80 kilometers per hour. So 7 hours you need to do. So how much kilometer per hour you need to drive? 80 kilometers, right?
78.5.
So 78, right? 78. Okay.
Hmm.
So if you're going to put this one in the decimal 0.78, it's coming above 1 or below 1.
Below 1.
So it's very easy for you to achieve this target. It's easy for you to achieve this target.
Yes,
Yeah.
less than.
Okay, now it's a original TCPI. Original TCPI. So we have a formula for this, and there is a formula for revised TCPI. Now, what happened here? You start your journey. Exactly what you think of. You need to stay 1 week there in Sultanate of Oman, in Muscat area, and you want to drive the car on your own, and you need to travel 550 kilometers. So once you're traveling 550 kilometers, reaching 3 p.m., you are able to get the keys from the hotel. Because, you know, very well, during the Eid holidays, many people will come flocking together. You are not able to get your accommodations. You are not able to get your room reservations. So first come, first service, right? So the hotel manager has informed you to get the key by 3 p.m. Otherwise, first come, first service. If you're coming late, above 3, you will not give the guarantee, sir. We'll be giving the key to the person who's going to come for the room service, right? Now, you are just want to measure how is your performance. You are able to reach 300 kilometers at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. So what is your balance kilometer? How much kilometers balance you have? 250, right?
450.
What is your balance duration for you to reach this destiny?
6 hours.
3 hours. So 2 hours. 1 p.m. you are able to reach the 300 kilometers. Your original plan is what? 3 p.m. you need to reach Sultan of Oman, right? So 1 o'clock you are reaching, you are able to drive only 300 kilometers. So what is your balance kilometer?
250 kilometers balance.
Okay, what is the balance duration for you to reach this? 2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay, so what is your TCPI? 125, right? 125. So if you're going to put this one decimal 1.25, which one is very easy? 0.78 is easy, or 1.25 is easy.
0.7.
So what happened? You are not able to achieve this, right? So you have to revise this one. So you just plead your to the hotel manager, sir, I reached only 300 kilometers. I'm coming with my family. If you're not giving the accommodations or room, we have to stay in the car. It's very difficult, sir. We have a babies. We have a small kids. So it will be very discomfort for us. So try to excuse us and try to extend the duration. We can't do anything with the kilometers. The kilometer will be still 250, right? Right or wrong? Can you do anything with the kilometers?
No.
Balanced, no, right? Still, you need to drive your car 250 kilometers. But in spite of 2 hours to reach this 250 kilometers, you are asking them, can you extend 1 hour? If I'm not coming at 4 o'clock, you can hand over the key to the other people. I will not do any kind of quarrel. I will not do any kind of dispute if I'm not reaching by 4 o'clock. Okay, 4 is our tolerance. So what they say, okay, take 1 hour extra. So you're going to add this 1 hour. So what is your new TCPI?
Less than 1.
So less than 1. What is the value? Please give me that.
8 point.
Huh? Point?
Yeah, 1 more.
Point?
Uh,
83.
83. 83.
So this
Point.
TCPI is easy to achieve?
Yes.
Yes, it's easy to achieve. Okay, please come with me. So we have to see a TCPI formula based on our scenario, right? Okay. So the original TCPI is having, the original TCPI formula is having BAC minus EV divided by VAC minus actual cost. What is the how we are able to take the numerator, guys? What is that VAC minus EV? You're able to see screen in front of you? Hello?
Yes. Right.
What I written, original TCP I written, right?
Yes, with the
Okay.
formula.
Okay, that's a formula, right? So what is the numerator? What it denotes, and what is the denominator? What it denotes? VAC minus EV is what? Remaining work divided by remaining resource. Is it clear or not, guys? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's a work remaining divided by the budget remaining, right? Work remaining divided by the budget remaining. So what is our original TCPI? What is our BAC? 1.6 million, right? What is our EV? What is our earned value? End of the third month,
400.
400,000.
400.
Okay. Now, what is our BAC for a numerator? 1.6 million. And what was our actual cost we spent at the 4th month?
Five.
Third month?
500.
500.
500K.
So what is your TCPI? Original TCPI? We have 1.2 million at numerator, and we'll be having 1.1 million at the denominator. So what is your TCPI? It's coming
1.09.
1 point.
09.
So this TCPI you can easily achieve?
No.
No. Right? So what we have to do, we have to revise our TCPI. Now what we have to do, this is the original TCPI, and we have to go with the revised TCPI. Since it's coming more than one, the target is very difficult for us to achieve. So the formula will be, can we do anything for the remaining work? Can you do anything for the remaining work? Remaining work is the same remaining work we have to complete, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can we do anything for budget? Can revise our budget, right? Because since we are not able to complete the remaining work with the remaining budget. So what we need to do, in spite of VAC, we need to bring EAC minus actual cost. So what was our VAC? 1.6 million, right?
Yes.
Right or wrong? What was our earned value at the end of the third month? 400,000, right? And what was our EAC? What EAC we have chosen? 1.7.
1.7.
Okay. So what was our actual cost at the end of the fourth month? Sorry, third month? 500,000.
500.
So what is our new TCPI? Revised TCPI?
20 divided by same 1.
1. It's now easy to achieve. So now the examination point of view, they're going to ask you original TCPI. So original TCPI will be having VAC as a denominator. If they're going to ask you revise the TCPI, this VAC is not viable. You need to bring EAC. right? And there is a formula for person complete. Person complete. So the person complete will be, the formula will be EB divided by BAC multiplied by 100. So what was our ED? What was our ED? At the end of the third month,
400,
what was our budgeted completion?
1.6 million.
Okay. So what is your person complete? How much percent of work is completed? Just calculate and give me the answer.
$25.
So you are able to complete only 25. 2 houses we are completed, right?
Yes.
You are able to complete only 25% of work. Out of 100% of work we complete, because we complete 2 houses. We need to complete the third house, but we are not able
Yes.
to complete third house. Still our earned value person complete is 25% of work, right? And the next formula will be person spent. Person spent. Formula will be actual cost divided by BAC multiplied by 100. So what was our actual cost? At the end of the third month, how much money we spent in total? The third 500,000. And what was our BAC? 1.6 million. We have taken the money from our budgeted completion, right? Sorry, the actual cost we spent from our BAC. So what is the money which we spend in percentage terms?
31.25%.
Huh? So 25% of work, 25% of budget you need to spend, but how much money you spend?
31%. 31%.
31.25.
Okay, 25. So you have only balance how much? You have 68.75% budget remaining for you to complete 75% of work. It's clear or not, guys? It's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, if as I said very clearly, if they don't give a specific number to earn value, then make sure that the earn value formula will be percentage of work completed, not incomplete work completed, multiplied by BAC. So what is the percentage of work we completed? 25% of work, right?
Yes,
Multiplied by our BAC is 1.6 million.
6 million.
So what was our EV?
EV 400.
400.
400.
Now you're getting this. So what we've done, we are able to do earn value management with earn value technique, and we are able to do the variance analysis, right? Variance analysis. And we have used 2 formulas to find out the schedule variance and cost variance. To know the performance of the cost and schedule, we are using the schedule performance index and the cost performance index. So we have 4 formulas here, right? And we have done the trend analysis, which will be nothing but forecasting our future. We are able to predict the future. So we have gone with the ETC and we gone with the EAC. So in ETC, we have 1 formula, and EAC, we have 4 formulas. Then we have gone to the variance at completion, where we have 1 formula, right? And we have 1 formula for person spent and person complete. And we have 2 formula for TCPI. TCPI was having 2 formulas. One is for original TCPI and one is for the revised TCPI. Right, guys? And we see the scenarios and condition also for each and every formulas. Right now, for us to understand the formulas, it's right, Royal, we need to perform exams, mock exams. So we have left the thing 8.1.6. It's visible, right? It's visible.
Yes, Paula.
Okay, now we left in the last class, right? This one.
Yes.
Now you need to give me the answer using your formulas. So what we need to select, what is the forecast hours to complete. So they asking you to calculate EAC. So here, you know very well, planned value will be 64,000, right? Your actual cost was 73,000. And what was our earned value? 40% of work is completed from 150,000, right? Hello? So what was your earned value? That is the first one, right? Sorry, 64,000 is your earned value. Sorry, your 64,000 is your earned value. So 64,000 is your earned value, 65,000 is your planned value, right?
Yes, and what is 65?
Okay. So now give me the answer for A.1.6. A.1.6. You need to use a formula, EAC formula. What all the formula? There are 4 formulas for EAC, right? So your planned value is 65,000. Your earned value is 64,000. And your actual cost is 73,000. Give me the answer. Either we can pick up A, B, C, or D. 8.1.6. We left this one in the last class. Everyone has taken the formula, right? The first formula, what? Actual cost plus BAC minus EV. The second one is BAC divided by CPI. Right? They are not asking you to re-estimate, so leave that one. The fourth one is actual cost plus BAC plus minus, right? Minus EV divided by SPI multiplied by CPI. The first one is actual cost plus BAC minus EV, or you can use BAC minus CV for the first one. So this is the one you need to do. Everyone is doing, right? And your budgeted completion is what? 150,000, right? BAC. Your original budget is 150,000 for the scenario.
$158K, Bala.
8,000 into 1.
Huh?
I am
How much?
using BAC minus CV formula.
Okay.
So 150 minus 8K will come. So plus it will be plus 158K.
150 or 160? 160, no BAC. Sorry, 160.
Go up.
160.
Yeah, in that case 168.
169, right?
65 minus 73, right? 8,000 only.
But how
Right?
much?
CV
160, right? Original budget is 160,000.
160.
Okay.
EV, PV is 65, AC is 73, right?
Okay.
So
minus 9,000, right?
73 minus 65, 8,000, right? I think I'm
9,000.
right.
9,000, man.
65 minus 73, right?
65,000.
13 correct?
8,000. Minus 8,000.
Minus 8,000, right?
CV is what? The formula for CV is what? EV, no? EV
minus AC. Sorry.
Actually-
EV minus AC, then 9,000, then 169K.
Okay. So 9,000. So it comes minus 9,000, right? So if you're going to use this formula, BAC will be what? 160,000.
Yeah.
minus
That was
minus
9,000.
9,000. So 169,000 B. Is clear for everyone? This will be the answer. So we have used the formula BAC minus CB, or BAC was 160,000, right? 160,000. 160,000. For CB, we was working actual cost. Sorry, EV should be subtracted from actual cost. So our EV was 64,000. Our actual cost was 73,000. Right? So what is the value we're going to get? Minus 9,000. So minus 9,000 you need to bring here. So it becomes 169,000. Guys, right? If you're going to use BAC divided by CPI, then you'll be getting this value. Right or not?
Yes, we supposed to get the same value.
Okay. So if you're going to use this formula, you'll be getting this one, but actual answer is 169,000. 169.
There is any rule form because we will get scenario questions, right,
No, ma'am,
Bala?
actually what happened here, you're going to just give the money which you're going to spend for the future work, right? How much
Correct.
you're going to spend, right? You'll be, management will accept biggest amount or lowest, the lowest amount based on the predictions.
Lowest, right?
The
Oh,
lowest.
from
If you're
there.
going to be owner, if I'm going to say that you need to spend like 100,000 extra, that is okay. Or if I'm asking you to spend more than 1 million extra, you need to spend. Which one is comfortable for you? If you are on the management side.
We'll go with the less.
In our example, we seen that the first scenario is asking you to go with 100,000 extra, right? If you have 100,000 extra, you can complete all the 8 houses. The last formula which we are using, which we are bringing the SPA in and factoring in that, it is giving you 2.73 million, right?
Yes,
So which one management will accept?
160.
You're able to see a new screen in front of you
No,
now?
we are in the question A.1.7. And now we are getting.
Okay. You are building a pen. Pen is nothing but you're going to build boundaries to keep the animals safe. It is 4-side boundary, all exactly the same. Your budget is $400. That means you're going to spend $100 per side. The schedule of the project is 4 days, 1 side per day. You started the work on Monday morning. Now it's end of the day on Tuesday. You have completed only 25% of work, but you spent already $400. If the workers will continue to spend the same rate, what will be the total project cost?
1,600. 1,600.
How we got the 1,600?
Because day one itself, they've spent the entire amount, right? $400. Because the project 4 days, we have to spend $400. But the day one itself, we have completed $400, and but the work, 3 days work pending. Remaining work is there.
Okay.
If we are going in that rate, that 4 days, 4 into 400, it will be 1,600.
Okay. So can we go with $1,600?
Is that
Guys?
correct, Bala?
Yeah, it's correct only. 400 divided by 0.25, it will be giving 1,600. Guys, everyone come forward, please. So the correct answer for the first one is $1,600. If the person, the same rate will progress at the end of the project, the total budget, your estimated completion will be 1,600. Okay, what will be the answer for second one? What is your expected variance at completions? The variance at completion, you have a formula. The first one, we can go with this.
Minus 1,200.
Yeah, BAC. The formula will be
Minus 200.
your BAC minus your EAC.
Yes.
So EAC, BAC was 400 and EAC is what? 1,600, right? So your variance at completion is 1,600. So we go with minus 1,200. B. So what will be the estimate at a completion? What is the estimate to complete?
Again,
ETC.
minus
ETC.
minus EAC.
Huh?
EAC minus EAC, right? Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Actual
EAC minus
EAC minus actual cost.
EAC. Yeah.
So what is your EAC? It's 1,200, right?
1,200 minus
1,200.
actual cost. We spend 400
So your ETC, the formula will be EAC minus.
minus EAC.
So your EAC what? 1,200. The money which you spend on the day one is 400. Sorry,
400.
1,600 here, right? So it should be 1,200.
Correct. TCPA.
Now you can see the TCPA formula. Your BAC is no longer viable. So what you have to do? BAC minus EV, the remaining work, EAC minus your actual cost, remaining budget. So you are coming with a revised budget, revised TCPA, right? Because your original BAC is no longer viable. So in spite of BAC, you need to bring with EAC. So what is your TCPI? So the formula was BAC, remaining work will be BAC by minus EV, EAC minus actual cost. BAC is 400, right? And EV is what? 25% of work is completed. So 25% of work for 400 is how much? 100, right?
100.
Okay. EAC will be 1,600. Actual cost is 400, right?
400. Yes.
Okay. So here 300 divided by 1,200. So what is the answer?
Zero 0.25.
Okay, 0.25. Okay, 0.25. So everyone is getting 0.25, 0.25. So that's your answer for the fourth one. Okay, now the fifth one. Your project, not you project, your project is running with CPA 1.2. Good or bad?
Bad.
Good. What bad?
Good. Equal than 1. Good.
Okay, great.
You are investing $1 and you're gaining 1.2. 1.2
Yeah.
cents. It's good.
Yeah.
So your EAC is what? 100,000. So what should be a BAC? BAC should be more than your EAC, right?
100.
Your BAC is what? See, BAC should be more than the EAC because you are able to minimize, you are able to procure the profit.
Got it. Greater than 1 is good.
Yeah. It should, BAC should be more because you are able to procure profit here. You are minimizing your expense. So BAC should be more. What you plan to spend is should be more. But actually what you are spending is less than what you planned. You are keeping everything under your control. The budget is kept under the control. What is the answer you're going to get?
144,000.
No, it should be 120,000, right?
Ah, sorry. I made a mistake.
120,000.
120K. Yeah. Into class multiplication.
1.20 people are you are getting?
120K.
See what is the formula you have to use? You have to use the formula
EAC by CPA.
EAC
By CPA.
divided by sorry. I'm very sorry. EAC, the formula will be BAC divided by CPI, right?
Yes.
You want to know the only BAC, right? So you're going to bring the BAC on the left hand side, right? Now what are you going to do? CPI multiply by EAC. So if you're going to multiply with 1.2 into 100,000, what is the value you're going to get? You're getting
120. Yeah.
so 120.
120.
So originally you plan to spend 120 because you are able to keep the risk, everything under your control, you are minimizing the expense. So the project is the total estimated completion, total expenditure, you're going to spend only 100,000. You're going to minimize 20,000. You're going to give back that 20,000. But practically, you will not do that, right? Real scenarios. The real scenarios, anyone has given the money back to your organization?
I
If
hope
you
never.
And if you are giving to the organization, no one is connected here, right? There's no need for the project management classes. Okay, the other one, the budgeted completion for your project is 100,000. Your estimated completion is 120,000. Now you're spending more than the plan, right? So what is your CPI? The CPI rate should be below 1 or above 1.
1.2.
Oh, what is this, sir? Understand the question? Venkat, right? Sir, see,
Yes.
the money which you plan to spend for your project is 100,000, but you're not able to keep your risk under control. So 20,000 you're going to spend extra, right?
Yes.
If you're going to spend 20,000 extra, that means your CPA is not good. It's coming below 1, right? And only one answer you can see below 1. Remaining other will be 1, 1, 1 and above 1. It's equal to 1.
0.83.
0.83. Your CPA is falling below 1, right? See, Mr. Venkat, you plan to spend 100,000, but due to some risk event, you are spending in total 120. So 20,000 you are spending extra, right? Right or not, Mr. Venkat?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the answer will be 0.83. Okay. Your project work is expected to be constant for 6-month length of the project. During each month of your budget is $200. At the end of the month 4, you have 40% of work, total work completed. You have spent 70% of your total budget. What is the budgeted completion for this project? It's a 6-year project. Each and every month you need to spend $200.
1,200.
It's straightforward, right? They kept some masalas in between. It's a straightforward. You don't require to just, they want to divert your attention. It's straightforward. They're asking you very simple. What is your budgeted completion for the project? If you're going to spend 200 per month, so it's going to be a 6-month project, right? 6 into $200 will be 1,200. Okay, now I need to know about your smartness. So this will be very complicated. So the 8th one. You are working on a 12-month assignment to build a website with 400 pages. So for 1 million, you are supposed to spend $250,000 every 3 months. After 6 months, you determine that only 400,000 of the work is completed and cost is incurred is 800,000. So what is your ETC? So ETC formula, you know very well, the remaining work. ETC, estimated to complete the remaining work. The formula will be what? The formula will be, what is the formula?
EAC minus AC.
EAC minus actual
Minus
cost.
AC.
So what is your answer? Whether it's 2 million or whether it's 1.5 million, 1 million or 1,200 million, 1.2 million. So the formula, this formula. So what is the ETC? They're asking what is your ETC estimate to complete from today, how much work you have remaining and how much resource you have remaining to complete the remaining work. Anyone got the answer? You got your actual cost, right? The problem
Yes.
is giving you
800.
cost incurred is 800,000. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the EAC, right? Because
Yeah.
we need to know about our ETC. So ETC is having a formula EAC minus actual cost. So we found out our actual cost is 800,000, right? So we need to find out the EAC, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, yes,
so
sir.
try to apply the formula BAC divided by CPI. So what is our BAC? It's going to be
12.
1 million, right? You can say 1 million,
Yes.
right? 1 million. So what is our CPI? The CPI formula is what? Earned value should be divided
EV by
by actual
AC.
cost. So what is the earned value here? Earned value is very clearly stated 400,000. Work completed. Right? 400,000 work is completed. Right or wrong? You can see that, right? So 400,000 divided by 800,000, right?
0.5.
0.50, right? 0.50, right? So,
Yeah.
so what are you going to do? 1 million should be divided by 0.50. So what is the EAC you going to get? 2 million, right?
Yes.
2 million. So bring the 2 million here. 2 million minus 800,000, right?
10, 5.
ETC formula is EAC minus AC. AC already we know that 800. So EAC is 2
Yeah,
million.
minus
So what is the answer? 1.2 million, right?
1.2.
You're able to get that?
Yes.
We know our actual cost 800,000. We doesn't know EAC. So we are using a formula BAC divided by CPI. So this is giving us what? 2 million, right? So 2 million. So 2 million we found out. 2 million minus 800,000 will be 1.2 million. Okay, what will be the answer for the ninth one? Your project sponsor has asked for your status report for your project. You are required to include estimate and completion information in the report based on the following data. What would be your EAC? Your actual cost is 350,000. Your budgeted completion is 500,000, and your earned value is 250,000. So, what is your EAC, estimated completion? Again, again
C.
use the same formula BAC divided by CPI, right?
Or can we go with AC plus BAC minus EV?
Yeah. Well, how much you are able to get?
7K, 7M. C.
700,000, right?
Yeah.
So what you done? BAC minus EV is your remaining work, right?
Yeah.
So what is your
So
actual cost? What is your actual cost?
350K.
Okay, 350, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your BAC?
500 minus 250.
500 minus 250, right?
Yeah, 250.
You are able to get only 600,000, right? How you are able to get 700,000? 500,000 minus 250,000 will be 250,000, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you're
yeah.
adding this 250,000, the 350 will be only 600,000. Now you are able to get 700,000. There is any options there for you to pick up 600,000? There is
No.
any option given out of 4 options? There is any option is given for 600,000?
No.
You're using a formula, right? That is very clear, right, ma'am? 350
Yeah, yeah.
plus 250,000. So it will be 600,000, right?
Understood.
So can you go with the BAC divided by CPI? Everyone, try to use this formula. Your BAC is what? 500,000, right?
EV minus.
Your CPI is what? Earned value divided by your actual cost. What's the earned value? 250,000, right?
Yeah.
And what is your actual cost? 350,000.
350.
And what is your CPI?
0.71.
Very bad, right? 0.71. So keep 0.71. So the work you should complete with 500. That was your budgeted completion, but your estimated completion shows you need to spend 700,000. Is that clear or not, guys?
Yeah. Correct.
You're able to get everyone?
Yeah.
And what is the answer for this one? While walking down the hallway, you meet your project sponsor who wants to know the status and percentage complete. What would be the percent complete in the project from the following data? Earned value is 3,000. Budgeted completion is 5,000, and your CPI is 1.2. So it's a person's complete. That means the percentage of work is completed out of 100%. How much percent of work till date is completed? Person spent till date, how much money you spend from 100% money which we plan to spend, how much percent of money you spend. Always the planned money should equate with the money which you're going to spend. So the formula for this is what? EV divided by VAC multiplied by 100. So you know your earned value 300,000. You know your budgeted completion is 500,000. Multiply by 100. So what is the percentage of work you completed so far? 60%. So 300,000 divided by 500,000 into 100,000, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
3,000 divided by 5,000
By
multiplied by
5,000.
100. I'm also saying 1,000 and 300,000. You're saying yes, everyone.
3,000. Sorry.
Everyone has gone to the sleep mode, right? So are you able to do this?
Yes, we got it.
You're able to see a new thing? Have we done this? You're able to see a new screen in front of you?
Yes, third set of questions.
Okay. So what will you like to do this?
Yeah.
Few questions. So what will be the answer? During a kickoff meeting, as I said very clearly, this is all the things which were taken from the PMI Exam Security Board. So during a kickoff meeting, a key stakeholder asked why one of their departments will not consider during the project. What document should the project manager consult to answer this question?
Scope management plan.
Okay. Any other? A key stakeholder is asking why one of the department will not consider during the project. What document should the project manager consult to answer this? So she came with a scope management plan.
It is a kickoff meeting.
Project organization chart.
Okay.
See,
See, project
requirement
organization
management
chart
plan
will bring the people who's involved, right? And the key stakeholder is asking why this department is not involved in the project, the entire project. So you will not bring that person in the organization chart, right? The correct answer is this people is not having any kind of requirements in the project, so they are not involved.
So
Is it clear? So the correct answer is requirement management plan. So along with the scope management plan, you are trying to bring one more management plan. Once you are able to define your scope management, you are able to bring two plans. You are able to bring the scope management plan and the requirement management plan. What is the other name given for the requirement management plan? What is the other name given for the requirement management plan in the IT, in the adaptive environment? Can you recollect your memories? I know very well, it's already shooted over.
Product
Right? Oh, business analysis plan. What Miss Kala working there? You should come with the padapat answers, right? Business analysis plan. Business analysis plan, other name given for requirement management plan. So these people are not having any kind of requirements. So that's the reason they are not participating in the project. So the document which will be giving the correct answer is requirement management plan. The second one, a manufacturing plant project is ready to hand over to the maintenance manager. The maintenance manager advises that the new plant is non-compliant with the company maintenance standard. What should the project manager have done to avoid this?
Generate a change request.
No, what you should have done. He is knowing right now. The maintenance manager face to face right now is saying that a new plant is not is non-compliant with the company maintenance standards.
We should
Second one.
use expert judgment. Expert judgment.
What happened to the conducted stakeholder analysis? What about the conducted stakeholder analysis? You should have brought that particular person as a key stakeholders. and you should have done the analysis, right? At the end of the project, once you're doing the handover, is rejecting that. Is making an obstacle. So if you've done the stakeholder analysis, you would have included that stakeholder and you would have developed a strategy for him to accept your end product, right or wrong? Conducted stakeholder analysis is the right answer for you to choose for the questions. No other answer will be matching to this one. You should have conducted a stakeholder analysis. To know about the stakeholder analysis, you have to know who's a powerful stakeholder, who's having the high interest in your project, who's having the highly influential stakeholders, and who's going to give the impact for the stakeholders. It can be a strong impact or less impact. So this person is giving you the strong impact. So make sure that you need to plan the strategies. If you brought that particular person into your stakeholder register and you've done your analysis, nothing will be going wrong. So what is the answer for the third one? A project manager meets the project sponsor and customer, both to whom declare the project a success and agree to accept the product deliverables. The sponsor is impressed that the project was completed on schedule and within the budget and wants the project manager to immediately assume a new, larger and critically important project. What should the project manager do next?
Yeah.
Okay. What about C?
We have to close the current project, then only we can move to next project.
Okay,
right?
but
So
the
here
sponsor
the
is
deliverables only.
the sponsor is asking you to move to the next project immediately.
Even though if the project is even though sponsor asked us to move to next project, we have to project manager, we have to close this everything.
Being a responsible project manager, being an accountable project manager, is your duty to archive the complete project documents for the current project before you are moving to the new assignment, right?
Yes.
So the correct answer for you to pick up is the archive all the project documents for the current project. So what will be the answer for the fourth one? 2 weeks into a new project, the project manager is involved in an accident. As a result, another project manager must be appointed. What should the new project manager update first? You can't give the project manager name in a document. So which is the authorized document which will be giving the authority to the project manager, a formal
Project charter.
So I said very clearly, the project charter is a static document. You can't change anything, but you can do this kind of minor edit. If the project manager is not working anymore with the organization, he is left, he has taken a job offer letter with a competitor, he has moved, or the sponsor has sold the project to the other sponsor. You can't keep the sponsor name still in the charter, right? So the project charter should be updated. This information only should be updated. Other things should be retained. So it should be static. The project manager is not feeling well, or he went for a surgery, he's not able to manage the project. So you need to replace the project, and still you can't keep the old project manager name still in the project charter. It should be revised. So the first thing a new project manager has to revise is project charter. So the fifth one, let me make this one as a small. So what is the fifth one? A project committee reviews the bidder proposal. Each committee members provide the insights into the respective business functional areas. What a tool or technique in the committee is utilizing? They are using the procurement negotiation, or they are going with the expert judgment, or they are doing the data assessments, or they are doing the source selection criteria. Source selection criteria, the other word is evaluation criteria. It's an evaluation criteria, internal evaluation criteria. So once you're going to receive the proposal from the suppliers, you need to make sure that you need to compare your proposals, which you're going to collect with the internal criteria.
An evaluation criteria in that case is a procurement proposal.
Okay, no, each and every respective business, they are giving their functional area. The people are SMEs. Someone is giving the legal opinion. Someone is giving you the other opinion.
Expert judgment.
Expert judgment, financial area, engineering department, right? Many department is involved. So they are giving the expertise. So subject matter expert. So expert judgment. Expert judgment. Okay, we have seen this one. Project cost performance is 1.05 and the schedule performance is 1.9. Based on this information, what is the result of your project? it's on schedule or over budget, it's behind schedule or over budget. It's the end
Behind
of
the
schedule.
schedule. Behind the schedule, since it is less than 1.
And over the
SPA.
budget. And over the budget. What is the correct answer, participants?
Under budget, right?
The correct
SP
answer
less
is
than
what?
1. SP less than 1, that is behind the
Yes,
schedule.
less than 1. It's below 1, right? So it's a
Yeah.
so you are not
Bad
able to,
situation.
you are not able to extract the productivity from your workers. So your $1 investment which you've done on your workers, you are able to bring only 90 paise productivity, right?
Yeah.
So that means
But-
they're going to accumulate more work that will disturb your future schedule. So you are behind your schedule.
Correct. PA, we are investing, planning on. It is
The
more
correct
than 1.
answer
This
is
is D.
D for
D.
D for delta. Yeah, D is the correct answer. It's within budget and it's behind schedule.
Begin.
So
Yeah.
6, it will be a delta D. The 7th one, during the project initiation phase, there are 200 stakeholders are identified. What should the project manager do to properly handle them?
Create a stakeholder register.
Okay,
Or-
what about select and focus only on the key stakeholders?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you. What about that?
That also we can think, but initially we don't know, right? We have to
See very clearly the first line itself,
Yeah.
during the project
initiation phase.
phase,
It is the initiation phase, right?
you need to bring all the stakeholder into the
Stakeholders.
stakeholder register, then only you need to do the stakeholder analysis. So to analyze who's having a potentiality, who's going to be negative, who's going to be positive, based on that one, you are able to develop the stakeholder engagement plans, where you're going to document all the strategies, which strategy will work out if the person are a positive stakeholder, to keep them positive, to raise their positivity, right? So create stakeholder register is the correct answer for you to bring all the 200 stakeholders. So 7, it will take A. 8th one, preventive actions based on what? A forecasting, right? A preventive action is based on the trend analysis or forecasting technique. So it's going to be a proactive approach. You want to prevent something is going to impact your project, right? You want to prevent some issues. So preventive action is approved by the CCB. What should the project manager do next?
Implement the action.
Okay, you need to implement the straightforward, right? You need to implement that one. 9th one, a project manager is in the weak matrix. So you will be called as a project coordinator, or you'll be called as a project expeditor. Expeditor will not have that much of power to make a decision on his own. And the coordinator will be having a certain level of authority will be given by the functional manager to make some decisions. A key decision he can make, he doesn't require to consult with the functional managers. So weak matrix. So coordinate across the organization. During the execution phase, the project manager needs a critical information to address the important issue that will help the team to remove the obstacles. What skills the project manager has to use? This is straightforward, a people skills exam question.
Conflict leadership. But it is a weak matrix,
Yeah,
right?
weak
So here,
matrix. You
Decision
will,
making.
function manager will have the power, right?
you will be a temporary project manager. So the people has to listen to you.
Then leadership.
What is the correct answer? Can we go with
Is
the
it
leadership?
decision making?
Huh?
Is it decision making?
No,
decision
decision
making?
making, you can't make a complete decision, right? They will give some power for you to make a certain decisions. But here, what you have to do, you need to impact your people, right? So they need to listen to you. So the correct answer for you to choose is influencing, please. Influencing skills should you have to influence your people.
Okay.
So 9, it will be C. Last for the day, already time is there. We can discuss the next one. Last for the day, 10th one. During the planning, a project team documented the possibility that new hardware can arrive up to 45 days late and delay the project delivery date. 1 month into the project, the manufacturer notifies the project manager that the hardware will be shipped within 20 days sooner than the anticipated. So what should the project manager do next? He has to issue the change request, or he has to update the risk register, or he should modify his budget, or he should adjust his procurement statement of work.
Update this risk register.
He can't issue the change request.
No, it's happened, right?
Okay, but
Already we-
you just, the shipment will be done in the 45 days. So you
but
just,
it anticipate.
based on that, you are able to give the dependency for each and every task.
Correct.
And right now it's 20 days. So you need to revise that. So what is the correct thing you have to do? Will you issue the change request or will be still updating the risk register?
Issue a change request.
And the correct answer for you to choose for this is update the risk register. That risk event is no more a positive, negative risk event. It's a
Not
positive risk
happening.
event.
Yeah,
It's a
we-
positive risk event, right? So you need to
Yeah.
update your risk register because that's giving the skill impact for 45 days. Right now, 20 days in advance, they're going
20 days
to.
I did.
So that will become a positive risk, right?
Yeah.
The correct answer is
Right.
update the risk register. The correct answer. Thank you, guys.
Then when,
Yes.
1 minute, Bala, when we will, what situation we can go in the same scenario? What situation will ask us to select the answer B?
No,
If it is beyond the schedule.
yeah, it's going to delay, right? Still, it is going to delay. It will take another 45 days. Then what you?
45 days. Yeah. Then we
So,
have to go for change request.
Yeah, change request.
Okay. Thank
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you all.
See you,
Bye.
Thank
right,
you.
and see you on Monday, right?
Okay. Bala, are you
Yeah.
sharing these questions? Whatever we have come.
no worries. I'll just share this one. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you.
But don't try to disclose or don't try to circulate to anyone, please.
Definitely.
I'll be giving you a bunch of questions with the answers.
Fine.
I will do one thing. I will just give 280 questions, real questions, without answers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep
Okay.
in the WhatsApp.
Fine.
Right, I'll keep in the WhatsApp. So whenever you have leisure time, take some time and do that 180 and get
Okay.
me the answer keys. You can check
Okay.
self that how many questions you are able to give the correct answers.
Okay.
So based on that, you can move towards your exams.
Fine. Thank you.
Good